this started. So, welcome back to Think Plant-Based.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, right. Microphone.
We have a new studio, right?
New studio setup, new everything. Trying to get used to this. It's a little different.
So bear with us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So what are we going to talk to today?
You know.
I don't know. I just came for the coffee.
Yeah, right. And the lattes?
I just came for the coffee in the chat.
The oatmeal lattes, our favorite.
Yeah, of course. But that's why I just came for that.
Really?
Yeah.
No one made it for you.
I
Sorry.
thought you had the list of what's on today.
I did.
Okay, well, let's do it.
You say it because the wording is really weird for me to say in English.
Reevaluating your healthy, unhealthy habits during COVID? Is that what we're talking about?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
that's what
good.
we're talking about
Then
because it
wasn't
can
just the
be
coffee.
really tricky, right? Yeah, it's not really just a coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
It can be part of it if you drink it once a day, a cup a day.
Right.
Then it's fine. But if you overdo the caffeine, right, just to stay up and get through the day,
Not good.
no,
No.
that can't be it, right?
No.
So you need to really look through why you're tired, right? There's other things to look at.
Like what?
Like eating healthier, right? So you don't feel tired all the
Eating
time.
more whole food, plant-based meals.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Less
limiting
sugar.
your sugar, your caffeine, your junk food. I know we love junk food for comfort. A lot of people tend to eat for comfort, but you got to try to get off that.
Exactly, especially the crunchy stuff, when it gets colder out there.
Yeah,
It just
chips.
feels so good, right?
Why do I love chips so much?
Because so crunchy and so tasty, and all the salt
so
and the
weird.
fats, combining.
Yeah.
It's really good. Actually, it's said even like when you feel down and you eat a lot of fatty stuff, it really brings you up, like your mood, that you feel like, oh, I'm in a better mood now,
Sure, why
Let's
not?
get it going.
Let's
You're like,
do
your
it.
body wants more than munchies and stuff, but it only helps so much, right? And then you check your weight on a scale.
And it's not good. I checked my weight on the scale
No.
and it wasn't good.
Right, and especially during COVID, I had to cook more, we're not going out as much. I mean, in general, we don't go out as much anyways because we love cooking. But
That's
during
true.
COVID, we had to limit it even more, and still, you have to still limit it, we find. And we did a lot of cooking and we noticed we eat healthier, but then we were like,
Yeah.
okay, we have pizza Fridays every Friday,
We were
right?
trying to find comfort, so I was making a lot of sourdough.
With
and we were
Beyond
making
Meat.
Beyond Meat sausages on our pizza and just I think we went a little too overboard and I had to cut back on it. Even though I miss it and it was really good every Friday, I looked forward to it. I knew it wasn't a good healthy eating habit, so
What did you notice? Having pizza every week?
it was just too much junk food. You just get lethargic. You just don't feel yourself, And because the gyms were closed, it was really hard getting motivation for me to, like to start exercising again. And I pretty much took a whole 6-month break from the gym.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really? You don't want to exercise at all now? Like, I usually exercise from home, so I have that routine in the morning, usually. So that didn't change for me even during COVID. But for Shane, it was really hard to even get the motivation.
Yeah.
I tried to motivate him too. Like, you can't, like, rely on your gym. If it's closed now, you got to find other ways to motivate yourself to get into the exercise routine, I mean,
That's
yeah,
true.
then we start to have walks in the evenings. That really helped us just to get our heart pumping. We would like walk fast, and then slow again, going uphill, downhill.
We
So
tried
that
it
really
all.
helped, right?
We started
But-
off slow with the walk.
Exactly.
Then
But
we
then
picked it up.
not just COVID hit. No, we had wildfires
Then we couldn't
on the
go
West
out.
Coast here too. So we couldn't even go out. I mean, still now it's getting better with the weather again. The sun is coming out.
Yeah.
But there's so much to adjust, right? And the world is really like shaking. That's how I see it, with the earthquakes, wildfires, COVID.
That's true.
We don't know what's coming next. But we can only talk about our experience, what works for us. It might not work for you, so you have to specialize it for you what works, Maybe you're more a person that likes to be active, like with exercising in the evenings. But we find it's best to do it in the morning, like especially me. Because if you do it too late in the day, let's say before bedtime, I'm too wired. Like I need to like wind down in the evening to really get my sleeping routine going as well.
Right.
Right? How is it for you with the
I
exercising?
can't do it in the morning. Just my schedule does not have it working
Right.
like that. So I usually do exercise after work.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, as long as it's more than like 4 hours before bed, won't get you too hyped up before sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. So I usually work out around 3-4 o'clock, and
Right.
I'm fine. It
How
works
did
well
you-
for me.
How did you get into the routine back that you want to exercise now? How did you get that?
That was a hard one. I don't know. It was more of a mental thing than I thought it was anything else. I mean, when you go to the gym, you tend to not do you have less time, right? Because you're putting time towards something else. So I really enjoyed, for the moment, being able to come home and get a bunch of stuff done
Mhm.
instead of going to the gym and kind of losing an hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how you travel to where you got to go, right? So it just seemed to be good at the moment, and then I just didn't feel really great all the time, and I just needed a change. And you got to start exercising to be healthy, and can't go out to
Yeah.
walk. So I tried to do a bunch of just weights that we have laying around the house, and hopefully everything's good, I guess.
Exactly. Even
Yeah.
that is so hard, you know, when there's like so much smoke outside and doing exercise at home. I find the more like cardio I did, the harder it was on my system too because of the smoke, right? It's just like you can't even open the windows. Like we couldn't open windows for days.
Right.
So that was kind of pretty annoying. But
Mhm.
as I said, we adjust, you know, we do the best what we have. And yeah, we do a lot of cooking that keeps us healthy, right? Fresh fruits and vegetables we use in our dishes. And how do you find like creating new recipes? Is that fun for you to do?
No.
No?
It's too
Why
much work
not?
now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? So it's another time consuming thing. I do enjoy
Yeah.
tasting other recipes, but making, it depends. There's a lot of recipes that require like 2 hours or an hour and a half of time, but for me, like, I can't spend that much time cooking and then doing cleanup and everything. So I try to keep it simple during the weeks.
Yeah, that's
Try
true.
not to, burn myself out. You can get burnt out from cooking too much. I
That's true.
swear you can.
I just find like cooking now on the weekends is really fun for me because I haven't baked and cooked for a while, you know, and it's kind of fun. But then I have so much to do in a day, even on the weekends. You know, it seems like it's not really a weekend, although you do more stuff that you have to get done,
Right.
and there's not really too much pressure. But then you put the pressure on yourself, and I tried this like pesto muffin recipe, but then I realized, wow, there's a lot of chopping, getting things together, and it looked like it's supposed to be quick, you know, but it wasn't, and Shane was hungry. So
Starving.
it really
It's taking
depends
too long.
again, right? Like, are you more a person that likes to make quick recipes and stuff like that? We find that's more convenient for us, you know, like especially during the week because we're working as well. So
Right.
really time crunching, right?
Mhm.
That's why we find like meal planning really important, right?
Yeah.
That's why we're working on for you guys, for our listeners, for our audience, you know. We're going to bring out a meal plan very soon.
Yeah, a weekly busy work person meal plan for the week.
Exactly.
So you know exactly what you're making. It's easy, it's quick, it's probably under an hour. Most of them are easily under an hour. And they're delicious too, so stay tuned
Exactly.
for that.
And on our website, right, we have a lot of recipes
Yeah,
as well.
We have some
what's your favorite
long
one?
ones and some quick ones, but yeah, we're trying to get more into the quick recipes if possible.
Right, what's your favorite one?
Lasagna one for sure.
Yeah.
Or the crackers. Sourdough crackers are really, really good
Mhm.
too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a person I like to try new recipes, even if they take long. But if Shane is hungry, that's not really a good idea if it takes too long. So
That's true.
yeah, or I have to just wake up earlier and start the baking earlier, you know, and then
Mm-hmm.
just on time you're gonna get it in your belly.
Great. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you talked about the exercising, right? That's really important. It's not just about eating healthy, but you gotta exercise.
Yeah, it's a
regularly,
mind
right?
frame. You gotta change your mind frame over and
Right.
get going.
I find like I have to put it in the morning so I have it get it done. But for you, it's different. But I find once you got the exercise in your day, like you feel really like accomplished, in my opinion, you know.
Mhm.
Be it like in the afternoon or in the morning, right? It feels nice when you got it done, when you know in your mind, oh, it's Friday and I exercised the last 3 days. It really feels good. Or just the movement, you know, going for a walk. That's part of exercise, you know. I mean, you don't have to sweat all the time. It's good to do, right? But you don't have to sweat all the time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what else you want to tell me?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
Anything more like that changed during COVID for you? You find?
Yeah, just like keeping that mental health in check. You think you're okay, but then like you just get into waves of maybe a little bit of depression here, a little bit of depression there, but I don't know. It all comes in waves, and eventually, you know, it passes, and then you just keep trying to keep positive and exercise and eating more healthy.
Right.
Two things you can control, right?
But even like going on social media, right, and choosing
Yes.
what you want to look at, that can be draining too, right?
Very draining.
Because there's so much noise on social media these days, right?
That is correct.
Even more noise than just watching the news.
Yep.
It's really like, I mean, people can choose what they want to post, right? And then you can choose what you want to click on. So, but I'm like sick of all the fighting and commenting.
It's constantly
you know?
stimulating your brain.
Yeah.
And it never has the time to just be in the moment and relax. And that's why exercise, eating healthy, staying off those negative, crazy, I call it the black hole of the social media where like you're on it, you don't even realize you're on it, and it just sucks you in.
It does, yeah, right? That's so true. But at least you have the awareness, and it's easy to get out.
You gotta be aware of it. If you're not aware that it's a black hole and that, you know,
right,
if you're stuck in it, you don't even notice. So
yeah, exactly. You really need to keep your mental health balanced as well, right?
Definitely.
Because what does it really help you if you eat all the healthy foods?
Yeah.
And then you exercise, but you can still feel depressed, right? If you don't feed your mind with beautiful things that encourage you. I mean, life can be a battle too, right? As you said, it's like going up and down, but it's really in the end what you make out of it. That you stay up, right?
And you might just have a bad sleep or something throws you off in the day, and that's completely, you know, human and normal. So just relax and know that it's just a moment you're having, and it'll pass.
Yeah, exactly. But even during COVID times, I find it's important to keep a sleeping routine, right?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Remember when COVID hit us and you could work from home, right? And it was like you still woke up at the same time.
I tried to.
Remember, I'm like, wow, how do you do that?
Normalcy, yeah.
That's amazing. Like, you still, like, your office is here. Why are you still waking up so early?
Habit.
Like,
routine.
6:20,
try to keep it normal.
But you don't even have to drive to the office. You could actually wake up a bit later, right?
That's true. I could.
Like 6:45 or something.
Yeah.
You don't even have to wash your face or anything, right? Because you can work from home. But
it helped with my mental health. Kept me in check.
Right?
Kept me getting up in the morning to do something. Yeah.
So it's really good to know what you need, you know, to have a healthy mental state of mind and keep your healthy food habits, right, and exercise. I mean, we keep on repeating ourselves because these are really the key right, things. For health and for happiness. And but I find, remember the Netflix documentary we watched? Do you remember the name of it?
The Social Media Dilemma or the Social Dilemma? Yeah. We
can put on our show notes. That one is really helpful, we find. Like, just
sure.
realizing how the social media works, you know, and once you do, it's actually easier to get out of it, hopefully, for you guys.
Makes you aware.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like it did for us, right?
We
realized, like, wow.
Yeah, I felt more aware. I already knew all that stuff coming in it, but it really puts into a perspective that you're like, okay, black hole, it is meant to suck you in, and it is meant to keep you on this thing as long as it can, because you are a product to them.
You are.
Without them, they don't make money.
Exactly. They play on your emotions pretty much, right?
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, that's a tricky one. Like, even like you watch it, you know, maybe after a year or so you forgot about it again because they suck you in so much.
They definitely do, yeah.
They even know what you like and what you click on, what strikes your emotions and stuff like that. And yeah, we highly recommend that watching that documentary on Netflix, and yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna put on the show notes, and
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
yeah,
You gotta
right.
try to just keep it healthy, keep positive, keep that mental state in check, and yeah, do stuff that ups your mental state and not brings it down. You know, stay off those COVID counters. Definitely don't want to watch those every day, like I did when we
Yeah,
first
I
started.
did. Oh,
The news is great, but it's also too much information all the time.
like oh.
So maybe only check it once in a while instead of every day. Even though we're glued to these devices that are connected at all times, is really hard, I know, but it does affect your mental state.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to think of nice things because there's happening beautiful things too in the world, right?
For sure, yeah.
It's just like happening so many things at the same time, you know, that we're not used to, and we get shaken up. Shaken up?
Shaken up.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
You get taken down, yeah.
Yeah, so, but we want to make the best out of it. We only have one life to live, right?
That's true. So yeah, you can only change, like you were saying, the stuff that we can change, right? We can't change COVID, we can't change some things, so
right.
But we can change eating healthier. Going out less is probably a good thing right now, COVID. You probably don't want to be in too many restaurants.
Right.
If you don't have to be. And yeah, keeping your immune system up by eating more cooked foods that you make at home. I mean, that's the best way to boost your immune system. So
right. The socializing, right, is a hard
that's a hard
thing
one.
for me. Like, it slowed down so much, right, with the COVID. And
oh yeah, for sure.
no one wants to get sick, and maybe some people don't get enough sick days, and
yep.
it's like for every little sniffle now, right, they have to stay home. So
right.
People don't want to risk it, and once it gets colder, we have to see how to adjust to that too, you know, like that's why it's good to have a certain routine, you know, and make nice fall winter dishes eventually, right, when it gets colder, where we feel even more isolated.
That's true,
because people hardly go out anyways, especially here in the northern hemisphere.
Yep.
So when we get more rain, and I don't know what's gonna happen, right? We maybe get a bunch of snow or not.
More
we don't know.
More smoke from the wildfires.
Yeah, not in the winter time though.
Maybe. Who knows? California continues to burn all the time, even in the winter, I think.
You think?
Probably. They don't get snow in California, or well, not California, in LA.
Yeah.
Think they get snow? Southern Cal?
In the mountains, I guess.
All right.
But
well, maybe, but maybe
knows?
there's a fire in the winter. I
With
would
climate
think
change, everything's possible.
Yeah, right.
But it's up to you, you know. Have a positive routine in your life, and do your best you can do. You know, that's all we can do, and don't be too hard on yourself.
Right.
Because we're gonna get through this, and it's gonna get better.